BOOM. The sound of the door slamming shut behind me echoed louder than my family S words ever had. "You're incompetent, Christina," my uncle snapped. "You'll never make it." I stood on the porch with a single trash bag of clothes, 22 years old, jobless in their eyes, and officially homeless by their decision. That night, as the cold rain soaked my sneakers, I made a promise to myself. If they thought I was nothing, I would become undeniable. My name is Christina Young, and back then my family thought I was a walking failure. I'd dropped out of a prestigious business program because it just felt wrong, like I was wearing clothes that didn't fit. I bounced between unpaid internships, trying to find a spark. Instead of finding a real job, I spent my nights sketching ideas in notebooks, dreaming up something bigger. At every family dinner, the question hung in the air. When are you going to grow up? When I couldn't give them the answer they wanted, the judgment landed hard. The final straw came when I pitched my startup idea at a family gathering. I was so excited to share an analytics platform designed to help small creators grow. But they just laughed. My aunt looked at me and said, "See? This is why you're incompetent." The silence from my parents was deafening. They didn't defend me. By the next morning, my bags were packed and waiting for me outside. I spent the next few months sleeping on a friend's couch, working wherever I could find free Wi-Fi. Cafes, libraries, even city buses became my office. My diet consisted of instant noodles and pure, unadulterated grit. And let me tell you, I failed constantly. The first prototype of my platform crashed spectacularly. A potential investor, who seemed so promising, completely ghosted me. There were nights I cried in public bathroom stalls, feeling completely broken. But I always got up and kept going. I taught myself how to code by watching free online videos. I rewrote my business pitches at 2 in the morning, fueled by cheap coffee. I cold emailed anyone and everyone who might possibly listen to my idea. Weeks blurred into months. My bank account balance hovered dangerously close to zero. But something inside me was changing. It was sharpening. Every rejection became fuel for my fire. Every doubt they had became data for my mission. Then, a small miracle happened. A mid-sized brand agreed to use my tool during a free trial. Within a month, their engagement numbers doubled. They paid me. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough. It was proof. Enough to keep the lights on, so to speak. Word started to spread through the creator community. More people signed up. The metrics kept improving. I finally hired my first contractor and made sure to pay them on time, even if it meant I had to skip a few meals myself. By the time I was 24, the platform crossed its first 1,000,000 users. By 26, venture capital firms were knocking on my door. I didn't pop champagne or celebrate wildly. I just kept working. I hadn't spoken to my family in years when my phone buzzed with a notification I almost ignored. Forbes releases 30 under 30. I clicked the link out of habit. And there it was. My name, Christina Young. My photo was right there next to my company's name. My entire struggle, my entire story, was boiled down to a single paragraph that used words like visionary, resilient, and founder. My hands started to shake. I laughed, and then I started to cry. I just sat there on the floor of my tiny apartment and breathed, really breathed. For the first time in years, the messages started pouring in. Old classmates, strangers, and then my family. Apologies wrapped in a newfound pride. "We always believed in you," one text read. I didn't reply right away. When we finally met, they smiled as if the past had been completely erased. They asked for business advice, for connections, They asked for a seat at the table I had built from scratch. I listened calmly, and then I told them the truth. Being kicked out hurt more than anything, but it also saved me. It stripped away all my comfort and replaced it with courage I never knew I had. I forgave them not for their sake, but for mine. Today, I mentor young founders who feel invisible, just like I did. I invest in people with big ideas and no safety net. And now, when someone calls me incompetent, I just smile. Because I remember the rain on that porch, the trash bag in my hand, and the promise I made to myself. They closed a door on me. So I went out and built a whole new world. If you're watching this right now and you feel like you've been written off good, sometimes rejection is the loudest and clearest sign that you are on exactly the right path. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow for more stories.